I will look to destroy the enemy team this game. So let's look at this game. So let's identify a win condition first. So if you look at this game, what's my win condition? I have Fior Ignite against, what, Zeri? However, my Fior has teleport, so that means that I don't have to, like, go top lane, you know? Like, I can probably full clear base and still help my top lane and be on time. I call this the relief buffing. When I say relief buffing, it's like me literally full clearing, basing, going top side, and then helping him if needed, okay? That's called relief buffing. So, if I have like a volatile matchup, but I still want to buff bot side, this is usually my buffing that I decide to do. Why do I have no Hecarim skin? That's disgusting. Okay, they used a lot of summoners here. Apparently cards use his flash, so I'll time his flash. So the moment I finish 3 camps, he did 3 camps. So now, okay, you see this mid lane wave? This mid lane wave is like low-key bad for Yon. However, you should only gank if you're very sure you get the kill. Otherwise, you should, like, in my opinion, never gank. And sometimes there are some games where, let's say I have scaling top, scaling bot, and I could very likely get a kill, but even then, it's actually not even good to go for the gank. Some games it's legit better to full clear, match enemy jungle, and just scale, and not give him opportunities. And is this game one of those games? I think so. I think our scaling is pretty lit. I'm hovering and moving. Let's see if I can move here. Oh! Alright, that's kind of funny. Okay, okay. That's interesting, okay. He started bot side, guys, so he is gonna go top side here. But I actually made a mistake there. A general rule that you should be having as a jungler is that the moment you finish 3 camps, you should think what enemy jungler can do. I didn't ping the Silas gank at all, because I didn't think about it. So that's bad. So you see this bot lane wave. I'm trying to use my Q as late as possible, so I get my stacks. I'm gonna walk behind him here, you see. I dodged the slow. I know Karts has no flash, so considering I know Karts has no flash, I'm gonna cook him here. So after I cooked him here, now after this, I'll look for a base. So, why that base? Because my camps are literally in Narnia, so you should look for a base. So, as of right now, I am gonna look to buy Mr. Eclipse into boots. So, always when you're in base, try to make a basic game plan. Like, the easiest way to explain is that just choose which laner you would like to play for. Just think of like breeding. Like, I want... Okay, not breeding. What am I saying? I mean more like, think about which Pokemon you want to evolve. Like, for example, my Jinx is like 3-1 right now, right? It's not like I want to breed him, it's more like, I want to feed him, you know what I mean? I actually want to make sure he's going to evolve and get his items and be as strong as possible, you know? Like, I want him to be strong. So, I want to evolve him. I've chosen him as my Pokemon. That's what I'm trying to say. So basically, I have chosen Jinx as my win condition, which also means that I just want to play with him. So, if you want to increase your chances of winning skirmishes, you should play with the most OP champion that you have the highest chance of winning with, which is my Jinx. He's the Pokemon that I will evolve, basically, in this game. So most skirmishes with my Jinx, I probably cannot lose. But if you think about it though, if you're in a winning position, which I am, as long as you have good jungle tracking, you see my pathing as well, I'm like walking behind them. So instead of killing the Kartus, I'm trying to kill both here. Because no Kartus, no flash, and I know that if I kill the Seraphine and Kartus was that deep, I can probably kill both of them. So there I played as if, oh, he took the kill, I take the farm. That's only fair. So Grubbies are spawning in 10 seconds. So considering Grubbies are spawning in 10 seconds and I just gank bot lane, essentially I used my turn for bot lane. So I mean, if he wanted to, he could have taken the Grubbies, but this guy is actually bot side. So I can base, make it in time for the Grubbies, which I will do, and I'll look to go there. But the thing that I want to say is that if you're on a winning position, the only way for you to lose the game is if either A, your laners break the arm, or B, they die to a jungler. So as long as you have very good jungle tracking and think what he can do when you're in base, you should be completely chilling. So you see this top lane wave? This top lane wave is kind of bad for Zeri. So I could technically gank him. But I'll take the Krabby here first. Okay, if someone's tilted like this, like, no joke, kill them slowly. Why am I saying kill them slowly? Because, like, essentially, you're actually tilting them more by killing them slower. Like, I can promise you that right now when he's too still, he was, like, boiling. And I increased his temperature. I'm pretty sure I increased his body temperature there. By, like, letting him, like, die slower. It actually works, I'm not kidding. So, like, if you can see people are tilted, like, kill them slower, so they actually feel more tilted. And I'm not kidding, guys. I'm actually dead serious here. That guy was for sure fuming, that's all I can say. But I just took an objective, so, I mean, okay, we can't fight this because I'm completely L9. I'm, like, really strong. I don't want to ult. I'll just kill this Kartus. Like, why do I ult for that guy when I could just kill Kartus and still have an ultimate? So now, okay, I can't up. Oh, why is there Silas here? Oh, I'm out! I'm out! Okay. Crucial thing. I have survived right here. So, after fight in general, I start thinking about these things. Do I need the base? Well, I do need the base. I got my item power spike. What can enemy drone do? So, knowing these things, I just have to make sure that I track enemy drone properly. And then, of course, final thing, you have to think about what you want to play for. So, what is the Pokemon that I've chosen? It is Jinx. So, till you're there, make sure you ping every single laner to play safe till you're there. So, if let's say Silas could go ball in here while I'm topside, I would ping them, hey, be careful, don't die. However, with the vision they have, they cannot die, so it's okay. But those are just in general the things you want to be thinking about. Because 90% of the time, when your laners actually die, is when you're farming. So especially when I'm on base, taking my camps, walking camp to camp, that is the timer my laners are dying. If you can prevent that, essentially you increase your chance of winning. So try to have very consistent, good drone tracking, especially if you're farming, like right now for example. So see how he's going top lane? If he fails his gank, this means that I will have tempo on him, which also means that I will be able to make a play and he cannot match me. And why is this important? Because if the rave states are bad, you can then look for a gank. Here I use my Q as possible. This is Ward, he sees me, but I think this guy doesn't give a shit. Okay, so now I'll just look to take his bot side camps here. Like, if I have the choice between enemy camps or Drake, in my opinion, if you're winning, I mean, it depends really on the game state as well, but most of the times, if I don't lose anything by taking enemy camps, and I can always take the Drake after, I'd rather take his camps first. Basically. Yeah, tornado. It's not hard to tornado. Boom. Okay, so now I will look to do the Drake here. And of course, after I do the Drake here, you need to have like a certain mindset, which is that you see how Sylas is respawning in 4 seconds. This doesn't matter only for jungle, even for AD carry, right? If you know that you're down tempo, and enemy AD carry can push away first, you have to think, okay, he can probably push and move and rotate around. So you need to think in advance that he can do something, and you cannot match, because you either have to catch the wave, or you have to base, right? So right now, Sylas could be legit walking here, and I still need to base. Okay, there's a fight here, but I know I need to base. So I'll only go for this fight if I'm sure it's good. Okay, it's for sure good. Okay, base. So now I just want to spend my gold. Okay, I see this camp here, but taking this camp versus basing, like, you should almost always base. Like, you just want to spend your gold, be as strong as possible, instead of taking that one extra camp. Because essentially, taking that one extra camp and delaying your base, Sylas could be as strong as me. Not this game, but in another game, he could be as strong as me. And you don't really want that. If you have good base timers, you actually allow yourself to increase your odds of winning skirmishes, which will help you, you know, win fights. And if you win fights, you will get more gold, and you will tilt the enemy team, and, you know, like, it's just hard for them to play, right? Now I'm gonna finish the grubbies, and of course, as I got 2 kills, I still take the Grubbies here, right? So think about it. What can enemy jungle do? Like I said, there's only 2 ways to lose the game. Or 3 ways actually. Either your laners break the arm, or they die to enemy jungler. But in general, if your laners are winning, they're usually, not always, they're not boosted enough to like die 1v1. Especially if they're ahead. Usually they will actually do fine, you know? So the only thing you can control is just tracking enemy jungle basically. I mean, I could look for a base, but the thing is that sometimes you don't have to base, even if you have a lot of gold, because think about it. If you look at his items versus my items, I can legit not base for the next 4 minutes and I'll still be stronger. So if your laners are stronger as well, it's not like, oh, I've got my power spike item, I need to base. It depends on when your laners are basing, and it depends on how far they are. And if you look at my laners, I would say that they're kind of far, so... Like how I think, it's like more like a line, right? Like, you see here how here, essentially I'm like in this line, right? But my Yasuo is like on this line, so like he's very vulnerable. So usually if my laners are in Africa, I would ping them to play safe. But there, for example, I base, but I didn't even have to base. I could legit be here, diving this person here, because like, what? Me getting this item is not gonna change how strong I am. I mean, it does, but it's not needed in this game. And here I'm just kind of oinking, but I'll just look to take the little Herald here. But I do think they're gonna FF15, I think. Essentially, how I got to this point though, is essentially just like not going for random plays, being at the right places at the right time, understanding when people's waves are bad, whether they're vulnerable or not, and just having decent jungle tracking. So I'm gonna go mid lane here. Oh, this guy's cooked. Yeah, they'll probably FF in the next 30 seconds. I do believe so. So instead of doing Herald, I'll just push here. But yeah, essentially if you do those things correctly though, and don't go for random plays, you are basically gonna be bing chilling. And it's all about consistency in the end. Solo queue is legit all about consistency. If you are able to be consistent over a long period of time, you will climb. GG. And it's ogre for them.